سلام بچه‌ها، خوش اومدید به یه ویدیوی دیگه از دادگاه جانی دپ و امبر هرد. اینجا کانال انگلیش ویدیوسه و من زهرام. جانی یه جزیره شخصی داره که الان عکسشو براتون میذارم و توی این جزیره یک جریانی با امبر داشته که مدیر اون جزیره توی دادگاه اومد شهادت داد بر علیه امبر و اتفاقی که اونجا رخ داده رو توی دادگاه توضیح دادش که الان براتون اون قسمت دادگاه رو که داره توضیح میده میذارم با زیرنویس انگلیسی و فارسی. اگه در جریان روزهای قبلی دادگاه نیستید، من برای همه این 3 هفته ویدیو ضبط کردم و پلیلیست دارم که الان لینکش رو این بالا میذارم، توی دیسکریپشن هم موجوده. Now enjoy.
Back in the little room again. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Incident between Johnny and Amber here during that trip.
Can you please describe that incident?
Johnny was in the office up here, and he was agitated, kind of walking back and forth. I'd asked him if he needed anything because I wasn't sure why, if he was up here to get something or was looking for something. And Amber came in, and she was asking him to tell him to come back to the house. Please come back. I'm sorry. Come back. And he stood here, reluctant to go, didn't want to go, and left the office and got into his vehicle and started it up. And Amber went outside and stood in front of the vehicle, so that didn't drive away. Amber was standing in front of it, and again, she was asking him to don't leave. I'm sorry. Come back to the house. After a couple minutes, she got in the vehicle and they left to go up back to their house.
What happened after they went back up to the house?
CJ and I were still in the office and weren't really sure. Decided that maybe it would be best if we just drove up there just to make sure that everything was okay. You could hear them. You can hear them inside the. You could hear inside the house yelling, Amber yelling, and Johnny answering back. But you could really hear what was being said. We stood there for a couple minutes, CJ and myself, and then you started to hear. It became audible. Amber was telling him that he was a washed-up actor. He was going to die a fat, lonely old man. Then you heard, you hit me with a can. You heard Johnny say, you hit me with a can. And then he came down the steps and Amber was behind him and she had a bottle in her hand. It was removed and there was a brief pause at the moment, I think of initial shock or uncertainty of why, that we were there. Neither Johnny nor Amber knew that we were there. He proceeded to walk back to the John Deere, and she again walked. He was just sitting in the seat. Amber came up to him and was asking him to come back in the house. That she was sorry. Please come back in the house. And he didn't come out of the seat, and she was hugging and kissing him. And I love you. I love you. She was telling him I loved you. He didn't react. Johnny sat there, eventually got out of the John Deere and proceeded to start to walk away. At that time, Amber started to grab at him and his shirt and trying to pull him back to the house, just basically viciously trying to pull him back and get him back to the house and yelling at him. And at that point, I was between them and felt it was best, and I was getting worried about what was going to happen, and it was best that I remove him from the situation. And so CJ took Amber back to the house, and I walked Johnny over to the cafe, which was basically 30 seconds away from the house, because it was the only place I could take him to at the time.
And you mentioned that Ms. Heard was viciously trying to pull Mr. Depp back. Can you explain what you mean by that?
It was like clawing, grabbing at his clothes, grabbing his hair, trying to like pull him back, like an angry, like he was leaving and come back. He couldn't leave in the vehicle because the keys had been taken out. So there wasn't a way for Johnny to drive away. The only way was for him to walk away, and it wasn't a pleasant situation of wanting him to not leave, and angry and yelling and just yelling, come back, don't leave, and things like that.
At any point, did Mr. Depp hit or touch Ms. Heard?
Objection leading.
All right, I'll sustain the objection.
Ms. Roberts, how did Mr. Depp react to Ms. Heard viciously grabbing him?
He didn't. He stood there with his arms by his side, and he didn't do anything.
اینم از ویدیوی امروز. بچه‌ها اگه نظر خاصی داری، چیز خاصی راجع به دادگاه ها میخواید بدونید، انتقادی پیشنهادی دارید، میتونید برام توی قسمت کامنت بنویسید. تا ویدیوی بعدی، take care.